Welcome, fans and collectors. This is Marvel and DC 379 with another review, and today we'll be looking at Transformers Generations Power of the Primes Leader Class Optimus Prime. So, I recently did an unboxing of this guy, and ever since Power of the Primes was announced and they showed pictures of this guy, I've been so excited. I've wanted this guy for a while, so I saved up for him, and I finally got him. And I really can't contain my excitement. So let's look at the package. And it's a big box because it's leader class. So here we have the figure itself, Optimus Prime, and he looks really great. There's the Autobot symbol with Generations, Transformers across. And there's that really awesome artwork of Optimus Prime, and I really like it. I like the glowing eyes, and I really like how the interior of the barrel of his gun is glowing like it's ready to shoot some energy bolts. There's Power of the Primes, Leader Class, and there's other languages. There's the Autobot symbol again. It says Evolution and Evolution in other languages. That's his name. Ages 8 and up. Though I still think kids slightly younger can still play with this toy, as long as they're not younger than 3. There's Hasbro, Power of the Primes again, Generations, and the logo. And there's the picture of Orion Pax, and I really like that artwork. It says Power of the Primes again, choose your Prime, other languages. There's the Autobot symbol, and it says authentic, and it's a good thing this is authentic, not a cheap knockoff. And there's Transformers across right there. And here's the actual figure in great displays and photos and stuff like that. There's Power of the Primes, it says choose your Prime again. And there's Optimus Prime, and what's really cool is that there's different keys from this line. And I really think that's a cool gimmick from this toy line. There's Optimus Prime's bio, and let me read it right now. When the humble Orion Pax becomes the bearer of the matrix of leadership, he evolves to become the noble leader, Optimus Prime. Short, sweet, and to the point, and very accurate, since I love Transformers, especially G1. So that's enough of packaging, and now let's get into the figure. And here we have Optimus Prime in his truck mode. I really like it. We don't often get Optimus Prime toys with a trailer, especially a modern G1 Optimus Prime. So it does roll really nicely, except this wheel and the wheel parallel to it, because it doesn't really touch the ground, but otherwise it still rolls very nicely. Before we begin, it does come with a collector's card. It says his name right there, and that really gorgeous artwork. And here's the back. And he does come with his iconic ion blaster rifle, but we'll get more into that later. So yeah, so this is basically Optimus Prime's truck mode, and I really do like the look of it. So let's get into the actual truck itself, then the trailer. I really like the colors. I really like the shade of red this mold is in, and the silver detail all over, from the grille, under the windshield, the mirrors, and it looks really nice. And there's silver right at the sides here and here. And I really like the transparent windows at the front and the nice sky baby blue at the sides here and here. Obviously you can see the matrix of leadership in the middle, but we'll get more into that once he's in his robot mode. But the truck looks great at the front, but at the back, there's that really ugly kibble. You could obviously tell these are his hands right there. I mean, normally, I'm not usually harsh when it comes to things like back kibble, but in the past before, we've had Optimus Prime toys with a truck mode where they cleanly disguise the back, so I really wish they could put much more effort into that. But it doesn't look too bad. I'll get used to it. For some people, it's just really ugly looking. But this is a very decent truck mode. I really do like it. The colors, the mold. And he does come with this trailer, and like I said before, we don't often get Optimus Prime toys with a trailer. And it is connected. There's a peg right there, if you can see. And there is a connection hole right there. Very easy. Just put it in the hole, and there. I mean, not the safest, most secure connection. I mean, it comes off very easily and it doesn't lock in, but it's still nice and I really do appreciate that. So for the trailer itself, it's a fairly faithful representation of the trailer from the G1 cartoon, and I really do like it, but I really hate these stickers. They're at the sides right there and at the top. You can see the Autobot symbols right there, and more stickers there. Because I'm basically Jobby the Hong when it comes to stickers. F stickers. But if I could, I would remove these stickers and repaint them, but I'm not the best painter in the world. And I really hate stickers because, just like Jobby the Hong, they look cheap, they peel off over time, but what can you do? I mean, some people actually like stickers on their toys. For me, but hey, it's a preference thing. But I really do like this trailer, the gray, and you could see the red on top of the trailer. Some people don't like it. I don't mind it, obviously. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. But obviously, these will form the arms of Optimus Prime, which I will get into later on. But yeah, I'm just grateful that we have an Optimus Prime toy with a trailer, especially a modern G1 Optimus Prime toy. And if you ever notice, there's two peg holes right there and there. There's a reason for that. Just let me connect these two again. It's because this gun can be mounted on top of the trailer like so. So you can have Optimus Prime shooting while driving. And these are actually two different guns connected as one gun. It worked for this gun. It's very easy, but for this gun, it doesn't work. I've tried, it doesn't fit in, so you have to stick with this gun or have it combined like this. But it looks great like that. So, like I said, you can have Optimus Prime driving and shooting Decepticons at the same time. And I really do like this truck mode. We don't often get Optimus Prime toys with a trailer, so I can't complain about that. So, that's enough of his vehicle mode. Now let's get into his Orion Pax mode. And here is Orion Pax. So this is basically the truck transformed into robot mode, and this is the trailer that will form the body for Optimus Prime. So we'll focus more on Orion Pax right now, so we'll put this at the side. And I really do like this design for Orion Pax. This is a definite G1 Orion Pax, and by that I mean like a cartoon G1, like other Orion Pax toys such as the Thrilling 31, that's more IDW G1. This is cartoon G1. But yeah, this is a really good likeness to that version of Orion Pax. Is it 100% spot on? No, but it's close enough, and for me, close enough is still pretty darn good enough. And like I said before, I really like the colors. It's mainly red for the body mold. I like the bits of yellow there, and the transparent blue plastic at the chest, the solid blue on his legs and his hands, and the gray for his legs and his elbows. And there are stickers on his chest and on his feet. They don't look too bad, but I still don't care for stickers, but they're not too bad. But here's the back side, and you can see there's a really big backpack, and I honestly don't think it's that bad. It's not as bad as the truck mode back kibble. This actually looks like a backpack. And this is what Optimus Prime was before he became the compassionate, heroic leader. And that's the main gimmick of the leader class power of the Prime's toys. They can change and evolve. And for this case, it's when Orion Pax became Optimus Prime. And they even had an episode in the classic G1 cartoon where the aerial bots time travel to see the history and origin of Optimus Prime and how he came to be. So let's take a look at the head sculpt. It definitely looks like the G1 Orion Pax from the cartoon, and it looks great. I like the helmet, the silver face, and the blue eyes, and it has a serious, stern face. So, articulation, it has a ball jointed head, so it can go up slightly, down slightly like that. So there's that. Ball jointed arms, so there's good range of motion. Double hinge elbow. The hands can go this way, but that's due to transformation. There's a bicep swivel here. There are ball jointed legs, an upper leg swivel. A really nice bend at the knee, it can go that far. And the toes are on hinges, so really great articulation for a figure like this. So he does come with accessories. He does come with these two guns, and they do form to make the ion rifle. So if you want to display him this way or with the two guns, you can if you want, but hey, it's your toy. Do what you want. It's none of my business. Do what makes you happy, if you ever buy this. So let me put this in. And you would get a good idea from him dual wielding pistols. And it looks great. But Orion Pax, from my knowledge, he's never used weapons, not in the G1 cartoon at least, but it's still nice that they included these. And if you want to display him like this, you can if you want. Totally up to you. And for size comparison, here he is with Titan's Return Deluxe Class Chrome Dome, and he would fit in within the Deluxe Class range. He's just a bit taller by a head, but I still think it can work. So that's enough of Orion Pax. Now let's transform him into Optimus Prime. And here we have Optimus Prime. Well, kind of. The trailer forms the main body while Orion Pax forms the torso, so that's kind of the gimmick with the Power of the Prime's toy line. So it's very easy to put it into the body. You just slide it in like so, and it just clicks right there. And just to warn you, there is a lever where his butt area is, so if you want to release the main torso part, you just have to push it down and it releases just like that. So yeah, very easy and very straightforward. So just let me change the camera angle right now. And here's Optimus Prime completed and at a better angle for you guys to see. And right off the bat, you can definitely tell this is G1 Optimus Prime by just looking at him. Especially with the basic design, the colors, the proportions, and everything. And I really do like it. I love the red, The blue, and there's the silver on his legs, the dark gray on most of his joints, like his legs, his shoulders, and his hands should have been blue, but it doesn't completely bother me, but still would have preferred if it were blue. And the yellow on his crotch, and I really like his chest windows, and I guess you could say they're his pecs. Oh yeah, especially for the fembots. And I really like the detailed design. If you look very closely, it has that really nice looking tech-like design, if that makes sense, and it looks very cool. It's very pleasing to the eye, and it has that transparent blue plastic. And there's stickers on his shoulders, and like I said before, in his truck mode, I'm Jobby Hong when it comes to stickers. Just F them. Would have preferred if they were painted on, but hey, what can you do? There's the same ones on his forearms, on his knees, and they're very small and a little hard to see, but they're right there on his toes. But if you really don't like stickers, I do recommend peeling them off and painting the details yourself. I would do it if I had the painting skills. And if you notice, there's the arrows on his forearms, and they're part of the design for G1 Optimus. And in some artwork, sometimes they're yellow, so if you want to custom paint it yellow, you can if you want. It's even molded, so it's much easier for you to paint. And I really do like that. So now let's look at the head sculpt. This is the best G1 head sculpt of Optimus Prime that's not a masterpiece. You could definitely tell it's Optimus Prime, and it has all the features of an Optimus Prime head sculpt. The blue helmet, the antenna on each side, the light blue eyes, the crest on his forehead that resembles a fin, and his faceplate. And well, the only thing bad I have to say about this is the back kibble. I mean, this stuff on his arms and his legs, I don't mind, because the body is his trailer, so I do understand why they did that. And who knows, maybe it could be seen as extra body armor. It's a toy, so use your imagination. What bugs me is the actual back right there. I mean, the blue bits, this is tolerable, but you can see these are the hands of Orion Pack, so I really wish they could have done something about that. But otherwise, this is a decent Optimus Prime mode. So let's move on to articulation. Ball jointed head. Actually, it feels like a swivel. I can't tell for sure, so it could be either a ball joint or a swivel, but either way, it's decent articulation for the head. And for the shoulder armor, there's a hinge that can move up, so if you want to move up the arm, you can, and there's clearance for that. There's a bicep swivel, a hinged elbow, nothing for the wrist, unfortunately. I wish they could have put in a swivel at least. There's hinged hips, so there's really good articulation. It can go forward and back, and this way. It can have really good knee articulation. Look at that really good bend. It's very nice. And there's a double hinge for the toes, like right there and there. So yeah, really good articulation, especially for a leader class Optimus Prime, and I really do like that. So for accessories, like before, he comes with his ion blaster rifle, one of his most iconic weapons, and Transformers is about war, so you need any weapon you can get. And Optimus Prime, he's used plenty of weapons, guns, swords, axes. He'll do whatever it takes to win the war. And it is in two pieces, but I prefer it to be in the whole completed gun, but you can have it dual wield. Even the instruction booklet has the figure dual wield, so if you want him to dual wield pistols, you can if you want. And like I said, if you buy this, it's your toy. You can do what you want. There's options. And very easy before, just like before, it's very easy to put it in his hand, just like so you can have him in great poses. And this is a very nicely detailed gun. It's just a black mold, but it's very nicely detailed and has a very faithful representation of the gun he used in the 80s cartoon and comics. And with the little peg right there, it's there because it's a different gun plugged into another gun, but I like to imagine it as a stock or some type of magazine clip, although a little bit right there is kind of like that, but hey, like I said, it's a toy. Use your imagination. And for other gimmicks and accessories, you can open up his chest, and this is very interesting. A lot of Optimus Prime toys or other Transformers toys in general usually have a fake chest for aesthetic reasons, but this is the fake truck chest. Let me open it up. This is the actual truck chest. And just like in the beginning of the video where I reviewed the truck mode, this is where it stores the matrix of leadership. Just let me get it out. There we go, very easy. And here's the matrix of leadership. I've been so excited to get this toy because of a variety of reasons, and this is one of them. And this is the first non-masterpiece toy, well, that I know of at least, to have a matrix of leadership, and it has a good representation of the ancient Autobot artifact. It has the handles that are gray, and the blue crystal right there, and some paint. I mean, there is some paint shipping off, some gone to the main crystal itself, but I don't mind it too much. Though I don't understand why Hasbro has the time and effort to paint this, but not the actual details on the figure itself. But hey, Hasbro logic, one step forward, two steps back. And what's really cool is that it's a separate piece and can be used as a key piece, like in the box that was advertising the other keys, because that was the gimmick of the Power of the Primes. And these little key things, they kind of remind me of the Cyber Planet keys from Transformers Cybertron. Little key artifact things that gives a Cybertronian power, which I really do like. And this is compatible, and the little key bit right there, it is compatible with other Power of the Primes toys. Let me put this back inside. And let me close this up. So that's it for the figure itself. Now let's get into size comparisons. Just like with Orion packs, here is Prime with Titan's Return Chrome Dome to see how they look, and I think this is a good size. And Optimus Prime, he is a tall character, so he should be this tall. And here he is with a Voyager class figure, Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. I mean, Optimus Prime is obviously taller, but Soundwave, he's still a good size. And here is Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime with my Combiner Wars Leader Class Megatron. And this is one of the many reasons why I wanted to get this figure. So I finally have a figure to go with my Leader Class Megatron. And I've been so happy to get him since they look incredible together like this, because they are mortal enemies, they are rivals. So you have to get at least one Megatron and at least one Optimus Prime if you're a Transformers collector. I mean, it's like Joker and Batman or Luke versus Vader. So my final thoughts. Ever since Power of the Primes was announced and released, this guy has been on top of my wish list for a while, and ever since I first got him, I'm not disappointed. I like this figure. I would even say I love this figure. But he is by no means perfect. He still has flaws. Like in my review, I pointed out the reoccurring issue with all three modes, that there's that back kibble and the backpack. The vehicle mode is the weakest. The Optimus Prime mode is a mixed bag, while the Orion Pax mode is the strongest. And I've seen reviews of the Power of the Primes toys, and I've heard opinions about some of the figures, and so far it's a mixed bag. There are some figures that are good, there are figures not so good, there are figures that are pretty hit and miss. And like I said, I really do like this figure despite its flaws, and you're more than welcome to disagree with my opinion, because people nowadays miss the whole point of what a review is. For some people think a review is to point out how good something is, like it's the greatest thing in the whole world, while for others they think it's pointing out how bad it is. In my personal opinion and philosophy, it's reviewing something, pointing out the pros and cons, giving my constructive criticism, expressing my opinions, and for my own viewers to make their own opinions. I mean, if you agree with my opinion, that's great. I'm glad you do. If you disagree with my opinion, that's just as great. It's awesome that you have your own opinions. And my opinion of the Power of the Primes toy, especially with Optimus Prime, he's still a decent figure, especially considering its retail. And I would consider this my definitive Optimus Prime toy. Like I said, it's not perfect, but who knows, maybe Hasbro will release another Optimus Prime toy in the future even better than this. We'll just have to wait and see. So, thank you for watching, everybody. This has been it for my review. I'll see you in the next. So until then, till all are one.